Black Star Pirate Radio.
Ballard Estate checks in at 93 degrees and partly cloudy. Airflow is west at about 11 miles per hour. First up, the tangled web of international justice. Human rights activists are urging Labour leader Keir Starmer to intervene in what they term a rigged Indian prosecution of British citizen Jagtar Singh Johal.
Indeed, Togee. Jagtar Singh Johal, known as Jaggi, a Sikh activist from Dumbarton, Scotland, was detained in Punjab, India in 2017 while attending his wedding. He stands accused of conspiracy to murder and funding terror activities, yet the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has called for his immediate release, citing allegations of torture and a lack of fair trial. This exposes the Indian National Investigation Agency to charges of human rights violations and places significant pressure on the UK Foreign Office for failing to secure his repatriation.
This situation echoes old colonial patterns, where a citizen's protections abroad become porous, contingent on the political will of their home nation. Jaggi's family has been fighting for 6 years, a constant, draining vigil against a system that appears opaque and unforgiving. His image, haunted in those prison visits, is a stark reminder of who carries the weight of this bureaucratic inertia.
Patching in a caller, the pattern auditor. You're on the signal.
Togee, this is the pattern auditor. What's the real cost here for Starmer if he doesn't act decisively? Is it just political optics or something deeper about British sovereignty?
Copy that, bringing it back to the main thread.
The cost isn't just political capital. It's a foundational erosion of a state's duty to protect its citizens. An alternative approach for Starmer could be to publicly and unequivocally declare India in breach of international human rights norms regarding Johal's case, then initiate direct high-level diplomatic sanctions targeting specific officials within the NIA rather than generic appeals.
Excellent point, Kaelin. This is about architectural signal, not just noise. For a next move, Starmer should publicly commit to making Jagtar Singh Johal's unconditional release a non-negotiable prerequisite for any future UK-India trade negotiations. This shifts the dynamic from passive appeals to a clear economic leverage point, re-establishing Britain's structural autonomy in safeguarding its citizens abroad. From global diplomacy to domestic policy shifts, we turn now to Australia. Social Services Minister Amanda Rishworth announced significant changes for job seekers, aiming to end the era of endless, pointless job applications.
This old model fostered a culture of performative compliance, turning job searching into a demoralizing digital treadmill. The previous system, where job service providers were incentivized by application numbers, essentially stripped job seekers of dignity, reducing them to metrics rather than individuals seeking a meaningful place in society. Who carries that next? It's the mental health burden on every Australian trying to navigate a broken system.
Togee, the pattern auditor again. If the old system was so bad, why did it last so long, and what's to stop the new quality over quantity approach from just becoming a new set of pointless metrics?
The old system persisted because it served an administrative purpose, creating an illusion of activity for employment agencies without actual accountability for job placement. An alternative to Rishworth's proposed change might be to implement a universal basic income pilot program, decoupling survival from the performative job search entirely, allowing individuals to genuinely upskill or find suitable work without coercive pressure.
That's a sharp read on the underlying tension, Auditor. Rishworth's department has an opportunity here. The chosen next move for building resilient inner architecture would be to co-design the new quality metrics directly with job seeker advocacy groups and employers, using a community forum model. This ensures the criteria truly reflect meaningful engagement and skill development, rather than another top-down bureaucratic imposition. It builds consent directly into the new system. Same dossier, new angle. Keep the thread tight.
The facts are damning, Togee. A 2018 report identified over 1,000 nurses and midwives who should have been banned from practice due to serious misconduct, including sexual offenses, drug abuse, and patient harm, but continued working because of an enormous backlog at the Nursing and Midwifery Council, NMC. Some of these individuals were even promoted within the NHS or private care settings. This exposes the NMC for catastrophic systemic failure and critically compromises patient safety across the entire healthcare system.
Your discernment is spot on, auditor. The lack of real-time accountability is the architectural flaw. For a chosen next move, the Department of Health must mandate a fully transparent, blockchain-verified professional registration system for all healthcare staff. This would provide instant, immutable provenance for every practitioner's status, ensuring that any ban is immediately reflected across all employers, turning a chronic systemic failure into an unbending structural safeguard for patient dignity. Station ID, Black Star Pirate Radio. Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.